Hey groupers, Pastor Marshall. Hope that you're ready to continue our study in the book of Acts. I've had to run to the children's ministry wing to get away from all the noise. It's pretty exciting that there's so much construction happening here at church that this is the quietest place for me to be. Well, this last week, or this week, we're talking about Paul and Silas, them getting imprisoned, and then them getting busted out by God. I wonder if you have ever been freed from some type of imprisonment. Could be literally, could be something that was not exactly jail, but you felt like you were trapped. If you'd share with your group what that was like, what the story was, what was it like to be freed, how did the freedom come about? Now, the Romans and the Greeks, they were a superstitious people. And so stories like these of this girl that is fortune telling and people paying to have their fortunes told, it doesn't surprise us at all. I wonder, what about our culture? Would you define our culture as a superstitious culture? Do you know anybody that's really superstitious? And what about other cultures? Can you think of cultures that are really superstitious? Well, Paul didn't heal this fortune-telling girl the first time that she came and she bothered them. I'm wondering, why do you think that he delayed this exorcism? That was a concern of mine when I first read this story. Next, Paul and Silas are singing in prison and they're praying as they're locked up. And they might have been singing some of the Psalms. Those would have been what they would have sung when they were Jewish. But I'm inclined to think that they were singing new Christian songs. And the reason that I think that is because the jailer, he's converted to Christ as he listens to them sing and as he listens to them pray. And the other prisoners are influenced to such a point that they don't run away when the earthquake happens. I believe, like most people believe, that Philippians 2 verses 5 through 11 was one of the earliest Christian songs that the church sang. I'd like you to read it, and I would like you to share with your group what's your favorite part of this psalm, because I think it's a psalm. Paul and Silas are stripped and they're beaten. Now, in 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 25, Paul says that he was beaten 3 times. Now, this is the only one that we know. The other 2 that we don't know. He lists a whole lot of other stuff in 2 Corinthians 11. I'd like you to read through that list and then answer this question. Why is Paul telling us about all these terrible things that happened to him? What is his purpose? Finally, I'd like you to talk about what you like and what you don't like. What do I like? Well, it's probably pretty simple, but I just love that this jailer has an immediate response to Christ. He sees the miracle, he listens to the singing, he sees the character and the joy of Paul and Silas, and he wants to be a part of it. He sees something that he has not seen before, and when he sees it, he wants to be a part of it. Well, what do you not like? I can't stand human trafficking, and so our application this week is for you to consider giving to Rapha House. If you go to their website, raphahouse.org, one way that you can give is just to purchase things. These girls that have been liberated from human trafficking, they have been trained to work, and so they sell their goods on Rapha House's webpage. Maybe you would buy something for your house. Maybe you would buy something for a wife, a mom, a daughter, that's handmade by these girls and help support them as they stop being trafficked. And as they stop being trafficked and as they stop selling themselves and as they start earning money the old-fashioned way, not by earning. Well, I hope that you have a great group, and I look forward to seeing you this next weekend. God bless. Bye-bye.